Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer. And I go around and I help sales organizations and leadership teams actually grow their trust, their influence with their customers and their teams to grow profits, generate higher revenues. Today, let's talk about why we need empathy in our business and in leadership. Why leaders need to have empathy for their people. Well, we need to have trust, and one of the components in trust is actually having empathy for people. Now, there's a lot of leaders out there that people will look at and go, well, that person just had zero empathy for anybody. Well, they typically don't run a well-oiled machine or an organization, and there's a lot of checks and balances and a lot of costs rolled up into that. Well, we need to make sure that we have empathy with people because people go through different trials and tribulations at different times. And if we don't have empathy, we'll just fire somebody because their numbers are low or they're not hitting their targets or whatnot. Well, maybe it's because someone just died that's very close to them in their family. Maybe their spouse has cancer. Maybe one of their kids is going through an illness and they're just spending tons of money and resources trying to help the child. Well, if you're in a cold organization and they don't care about anything except for hitting numbers, do you think the people are going to stick around and be loyal to you? No. They want somebody who believes the best in everybody and will support them when they're in need and has empathy. Empathy is a big key in that equation there. We have to be worried about people and focused on them and helping them. Now, Ramsey Solution does a fantastic job. One of the things in their culture is that they have their team leaders actually make sure that they know what's going on in their team's lives. Not exactly everything they had for dinner last night or their bowel movements, but what they're actually focused on is what's going on in their daily lives. The reason being is if somebody's having a hard time, they can actually go to the team and the team leader and say, hey, I'm struggling here. This is what's going on. Someone's really sick. Well, great. The team can actually rally around them and support them, and the team still maintains or grows a little bit while that person's going through the struggle. And then when somebody else is going through a struggle, that person will come in and help. But by having empathy and not being totally selfish, well, guess what? The teams are stronger, the trust is higher, the speed goes up, and the costs go down. So we need to have empathy. And now, I am not the empathy expert out there. Okay, my foundation where I grew up and everything didn't have a whole lot of empathy. It was just drive forward, get something done, and achieve. And that's been most of my experience. I've been working on empathy for at least a decade, if not more, to understand what that looks like so I can be a better leader. And if we want to lead people and gain influence, we have to have empathy. Okay? Now, I constantly am growing. I'm constantly reading books and whatnot, and I have read a bunch of books in the key areas for relationships and empathy and how to lead well. I will tell you that the best leaders are empathetic leaders and care about their people. Okay? If you want to look at a really good one, check out Dave Ramsey with EntreLeadership. Look at John Maxwell, who is basically the leadership guru of the 21st century. And he actually encourages everybody and cares about everybody. And that's what I've been doing with these videos. I care about you. I'm putting out this content to help you gain a little bit of knowledge that you can apply into your toolbox. Okay? Now, if you need to contact me, hit the information below in this video. Be glad to have a conversation with you and help you. All right? We'll see you next time.